Let's look at this first example together. So we have a 14-foot ladder. So remember, whenever we have a ladder in a wall problem, that ladder is going to be our hypotenuse. And then here's our 13-foot wall. And this is the side we don't know. So our wall with the ground is going to form the right angle. So we want to find the angle of elevation the ladder must be situated in order to reach the top of the wall. So the angle of elevation, remember, is our angle looking upwards. So that's going to be that angle in here. So now I have this side here, and I want to find this angle. So let's label our triangle based on this angle. So drawing in my little diagonal line, I see that this is the opposite side. And then drawing in the line from my right angle, I have that this is my hypotenuse. So now we want to use SOHCAHTOA to see what trig ratio we will be needing to solve this problem. So which trig ratio uses O and H? We'll use sine. So now we know that sine of an angle is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in what I do know. Sine of our angle here is question mark is equal to the opposite, which is 13, over our hypotenuse, which is 14. So now we have sine of question mark is equal to 13 over 14. So this is the new part that we need to learn, but the inverse function of sine is going to be taking the inverse sine of both sides of our equation. And how do we do that? This is really written as question mark equals the inverse sine of 13 over 14. So on your calculator, hopefully you can see that, we want to press second and then sine, because if you look in my calculator, it's the yellow letters above it. Inverse sine is that second function for sine. And then I want to type in 13 divided by 14. And we get 68.2. So that means that our angle of elevation for this problem, this angle going up, is 68.2 degrees. And again, we want to make sure that our calculator is on degrees mode, which mine is. Perfect. So we're going to get that angle of elevation is 68.2 using inverse sine operation, which is the inverse of, or the opposite of sine. So if we had cosine, we could use inverse cosine. If we had tangent, we could use inverse tangent. And all you have to do is press the second button, and then whichever function you're taking the inverse of to find the degrees of that angle.